Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Woodland Chapel this morning. As we begin, I think we begin our holiday season. It's December, isn't it? It's just really, you hear this all the time, it's really hard to believe. So, welcome to the first Sunday of December at Woodland Chapel. So, got a couple things to announce. Is there anyone here for the first time? Welcome. And do you have a packet? Just raise your hand and you're going to get one. So you can't leave here without something in your hands. So, and also hopefully something in your tummy. So please join everyone downstairs today as Potluck Sunday. And I even brought something this morning, although I have to tell you, I dropped it on the way out the door, and I called my husband, and I said, the gods are telling me this is not my gift. But anyway, it's okay. It survived. It's fine. And so there's lots of stuff down there, so please join us for potluck. No. And is Cheryl O here? There you are. I never see, you're always back there, and well, Cheryl do you want to come up and announce this? Cheryl has this wonderful, incredible idea. This month, our theme, the whole month, including the candlelight service, is on kindness. And Cheryl had this wonderful idea, so, yeah.
Good morning. This is Kindness Month, and in the library you'll see a little tree. And on this tree, too many things and too few hands, you can put a tag. Now, I invite you to put your name and draw a star, heart, whatever feels right. Colored pens down there, no glitter glue this time. And and we're focusing on kindness, as you know. No act of kindness is too small or too large. It could be wrangling free-range shopping carts in the parking lot so they don't become a traffic hazard, or it could be as much as doing CPR on a neighbor. It all counts. The universe looks for kindness, and it makes a change in our vibration. I believe it to be true. In this book, you're invited to put your name and your act of kindness as many times as you want. I can make more pages. I'd like to make more pages. I cheated because this is something from November, but I have a neighbor who has a lot of opinions on how our neighbors should live. And it would be really easy to resist her when I see her. But I see her pain, I see her loneliness, and I took a few minutes last week to listen to what she had to say and smile. And we talk about things like it's controversial, but that's an act of kindness, and I wrote it in the book, and I'm going to hang it on the tree. You're invited to join me in this. Thank you. Acts of kindness. Okay? Thank you. It's up to you. It's up to you. I invite you to use your imagination. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. I thought that was just a really great idea to hang that on the tree, and allows us to just focus on that. And it can be so simple or huge, I guess nothing has size. All acts of kindness are equal. So a couple other things I just want to point out on our announcements. We're going to start decorating for Christmas after the potluck, or you can get something to eat and, come up and start decorating for the Christmas potluck. Christmas potluck. I've got food on my mind, obviously. For the Christmas, it gets so beautiful here during the holidays. And that's part of the joy, I think, walking in and seeing all this wonderful decoration. And what we don't get finished today, because we probably won't, we will continue next week. So, okay. And if there's anybody here who is not getting our mailing, our weekly mailing, and if you're new and you would like to get our weekly mailing, just give me your email address and your name, and I'll make sure you get put into that program. Let's see if there's anything else absolutely pressing that you can't just take home and read yourself. Oh, I would say the Friday book group is taking a sabbatical until February. So if you come to that, just be aware that it won't be happening during December and January. And, the candlelight. I do want to begin to mention that, like every single day, that we have candlelight service here. And what is going to happen is on Sunday night, December 22nd. And there won't be a morning service. There will just be the candlelight service in the evening to make it really, really special. And so, put that on your calendar and make sure you're here to participate with that. It's really beautiful evening that we get to share together. So, all right, the rest of them I think you can take home. And all the information is on the back of your bulletin. Thank you, Cheryl for creating these wonderful bulletins for us every Sunday. And now, let's stand for our congregational song.
We did this last time we were here, so you'll remember it. I sing for peace in my soul. I sing for peace in my soul.
Singing for peace, life is so good.
invite you just to be calm for
We
prayer.
have another one.
Yeah.
We have two.
Yes, we do. And you can be seated because this song will bring us into the energy for prayer.
Actually,
Thank you.
no. This is our other Kong song that we're supposed to do, hon. And then sorry. Apparently, there are a little bit of communication things. Okay, this is our other Kong song. You should have words for it. Good, more good. We did it a couple of weeks ago. Okay. You can stand back up if you want to. It's okay. Good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Limitless good is mine today and every day. Yes, good and more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Limitless good is yours and mine today and every day. And we do joy, joy and more joy is mine, and ever increasing joy is mine. Limitless joy is mine today and every day. Oh, joy and more joy is mine, and ever increasing joy is ours. Limitless joy is yours and mine today and every day. There is no limit, there is no limit to the good that can be found. It flows from an infinite source that has no limits or bounds. And more love is mine, and ever increasing love is mine. Limitless love is mine today and every day. Love and more love is mine, and ever increasing love is ours. Limitless love is yours and mine today and every day. How about peace? Peace and more peace is mine, and ever increasing peace is mine. Limitless peace is mine today and every day. Oh, peace and more peace is ours, and ever increasing peace is ours. Limitless peace is yours and mine today and every day. Anyone can claim this good, it doesn't care where it flows. Only that we insist it is ours, and feel some gratitude before it shows. And go up, we know good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Limitless good is mine today and every day. And good and more good is mine, an ever increasing good is ours. Limitless good is yours and mine today and every day. One more of that. A limitless good is yours and mine today and every day.
So we are filled with energy. So now is the time in our service to take that energy, because all is energy. All is energy. And allow ourselves to go deep into that soul of our being. Knowing that there is one power and one presence everywhere present. That power is the energy that created this entire universe, that birthed our being. gives us life. And as we are from that, we are one with that. And to the degree that we recognize that, all the life, joy, love, kindness that exists in the infinite is part of our soul, is activated in us, is expressed through us. And so I know today that we are one with that our day is beautiful, that our bodies are whole, that we have the wisdom and guidance to know what we need to do in every moment. And knowing that this is so, we listen, and we listen carefully. And for all of this, especially for knowing this, I give thanks, and I ask you to join with me affirming, and so it is. And we have an affirmation in our bulletins that we share together, and we affirm together to remind ourselves, because it is so easy to forget, isn't it? To remind ourselves of the truth. And so let's say together, today I set an intention to be a channel for God's love and compassion. Even the smallest acts make a difference, and so it is. And I'll welcome John for our reading. Yeah.
Well, here we go again. Zoom right into December and the holiday season. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I think the title of today's reading is intended to be a little play on words. It is as follows: an abundance of compassion. And the first part is written by Frances Weller, and she says, "The work right now is to become immense. We have to get our arms around immense things: violence and hatred and bigotry and racism, and also around love and compassion and devotion and a certain fidelity to protect what is alive. We have to become immense. This is not a time to become small." And Ernest Holmes has this to say about it: "We can have no understanding of divine compassion unless we ourselves first exercise compassion. The very judgment by which we judge others becomes a self-judgment. It is as if the law of life were giving back to each of us, one of us, exactly what we have projected into it." And the body text goes as follows: "Compassion is the highest spiritual quality. Simply put, it represents the ultimate expression of unity or oneness. It transcends sympathy and even empathy, for it arises from a consciousness of oneness, of no separation. To express compassion for others, we must feel compassion for ourselves, meaning that we must be radically honest with ourselves. Compassion begins at the depth of our being, with our relationships to spirit and self. We take the realizations that arise from developing compassion and express greater love and empowerment. To be truly compassionate is a high calling. It requires an abundance of enabling energies, in particular love, truth, wisdom, and a strong sense of oneness. Compassion can look like a simple act of kindness or a challenging expression of tough love. Compassion never enables dysfunction or negativity. It always seeks to express love and wisdom. And abundance of compassion allows me to see you, so you and I are one with each other. Compassion speaks from our highest truth. Once you have done the work to ensure that you are coming from your deepest current wisdom and love, this will be difficult and may be upsetting to whomever you are communicating with. Compassion is not compassion unless it comes from integrity and a strong, healthy self-concept. And of course, we have a bonus affirmation today, and it goes as follows. Compassion is the ultimate love. I work toward this high state of being daily. I seek to know that I am one with all and that I possess the wisdom and love to be truly compassionate to myself and others.
I release, I let go. I choose love, for it's the only path my heart knows to go. So I'm listening to all the silence brings. And I breathe and I remember love and joy are mine to be. I breathe out and I remember love is the only road to peace. There is a mind in my heart and a heart in my mind, and the language of love is all they know. And so I'm listening and I'm discovering all loving kindness brings. And I breathe and I remember love and joy are mine to be. And I breathe out and I remember love is the only road to peace. Om Shanti Om Ananda Shanti Om Om Shanti Shanti Om. Peace, blissful peace. Oh, I breathe love and joy are mine to be. And I breathe out and I remember, love is the road that leads me to peace. I'm walking down the road in peace. Thank you.
So I just want to welcome our beloved senior minister, Reverend Moore, to begin our month of kindness.
Kindness it is.
Yeah, someone said, I think it might have been, I won't say who, let's not focus on patience next month. Whatever we focus on, you guys, Spirit gives us to work on. Just a heads up and a warning. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
for
you
it.
for the warm introduction. Thank you to the musicians for their contribution this morning. Thank you for Cheryl for meditation. And thank you for John for reading. And thank you for the invocation, Julie. You know, it takes a village in order to make chapel happen, in order to make this community be a real heartbeat of our own. And that includes all the people you don't see, the people who set up for hospitality and for our potluck today, the people who run the board, the people who do everything around here. Yes. And so we give thanks to them all. Let's give them just that in recognition hand. This morning, we're going to take the theme of kindness and just begin to understand it a little more and how it fits into the idea, could it possibly be that kindness is my religion? Now, the reason I say that is that when we ministerial first discussed bringing kindness in as the theme of the month, the very first thing I thought of was a little vignette that I saw when the wonderful Dalai Lama was being interviewed on TV. And he was asked a question by the reporter, "What is your religion?" He smiled, as he always does. And he chuckled a little. And he said, "My religion is kindness." And you know what? Be kind whenever you can. And then he chuckled a little and said, "You can always be kind." I found that to be both humorous and illuminating because it brings to light a dimension of life that we don't often discuss directly. We sometimes regard it as an important aspect of life, but I believe it can be an important spiritual practice. So we'll look at really 2 or 3 basic questions this morning. What is religion? What is kindness? And can kindness even be a religion? If it can we make it an important part of our practice and science of mind? I apologize for a little bit of hair this morning, getting over a cold. Let's take a look at the concept of religion. Does anybody know what religion is? No? Well, I'll give you some ideas. Some feel that the very concept of the word religion is somehow binding. You know, it comes from the Latin religare, to tie back. And so it's seen traditionally as a way of tying one's soul back to the infinite or to the goodness of life. So others, they say, well, not so much religion as spirituality. Spirituality is what's important. And indeed, we have changed the name of our churches of religious science to Centers for Spiritual Living, so there's some weight to that. Yet our basic teaching remains the same as it was when we were Centers of Religious Science. The Encyclopedia Britannica gives an interesting definition of religion. It says, religion is a human being's relation to that which they regard as holy, sacred, absolute, spiritual, divine, or worthy of special reverence. Oh, it's a relationship thing, is what religion is. It is a living spirituality. Now, there are many ways to express this tie back or this religion or this spiritual living. Some people like to say that Jesus is my personal Savior, and I come to God through Jesus. He's the mediator between myself and the Father, God. Others would say that they experience the presence of Spirit within themselves as their highest power. Our science of mind firmly declares that our connection to the divine lies within, at the core of our being. We also do not ignore its presence in others, in fact, in all, in everybody. You often hear us say from the pulpit, God is all there is, so the divine is both within and without us. We are quite familiar with his teaching. As Reverend Julie mentioned, I think last Sunday or when she last spoke, I am God. Ooh, does that strike you a little bit? I am God. That seems awful strong. Even when you say, I am not all of God. I'm a manifestation. I'm a vessel of God. That's a truth that's really so profound, is sometimes difficult to truly accept, that the Spirit, God, created all things out of itself, out of nothing else, and therefore the divine is built into everything. It's built into you, it's built into me, it's built into this chapel, it's built into all. As Cheryl Ostrander likes to say it in closing her meditation, Namaste, the God in me honors the God in you. That is a truth that we can accept, that religion is a spirituality that acknowledges our connection with the divine. Kindness. Most of us intuitively know kindness. We see it and we experience it. We like it. Looking at some readily available references helped me flesh out my intuitive grasp of kindness. It may help yours. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines kindness as the quality or state of being kind. The Oxford Dictionary defines kindness as quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. And the American Dictionary adds caring about people. So we can say that kindness is a state of being that focuses on being generous, friendly, helpful, and caring about people. So insofar as we see ourselves and others as divine beings, kindness is at least a part of our spiritual practice and religion. It has been said that kindness is the sweetest of virtues. It speaks of a high moral standard. To me, a state of kindness that shows up in the quality of our actions is what we regard as true kindness. Kindness is active. Some would say kindness is the same as love. As we heard in the reading this morning, compassion is the highest form of love in action. Likewise, kindness is an action verb, is an action concept. And like compassion is love in action. Oftentimes, we like to consult with ancient wisdom and examining what we're talking about. I ran across a reference to Book 2 of Aristotle's Rhetoric, where he says, kindness is helpfulness towards someone in need, not in return for anything, nor for the advantage of the helper himself, but for that of the person helped. Sounds pretty solid. Gautama Buddha is quoted as saying, kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. Yeah. Jesus' parable of the Good Samaritan certainly exemplifies kindness. Our friend Marcus Aurelius, you may have heard of him, Roman emperor, said, if you carry out every present task by following the right reason assiduously, resolutely, and with kindness, you will be living the good life. I'd like to share a little joke with you. One day, an old cowboy came into church. He was dressed cleanly in jeans, shirt, carried his hat, a little ragged, a little rough around the edges. But this was quite a church. It was a church in a very affluent neighborhood where everyone dressed to the nines to be in church. And people kind of shunned him. They didn't relate to him at all. And so the pastor came up after after service, and he said, you know, I think you should talk to God about what you should wear to church here. I said, yes, I will, Pastor. Well, next Sunday he comes in, dressed in jeans, an old shirt, and with an old hat. And people still didn't accept him. And so the pastor came up and said, well, didn't I tell you to talk to God about what you should wear to church? Oh, he said, I did, Pastor. Well, what did God say? Well, God said, I have no idea what you should wear to that church. I've never been in that church. So the moral of the story is treat everyone well. Every person deserves kindness because it's just the way it is. Oh gosh, that's kind of good. Let's take a look at some examples of kindness in action. I have two examples that are personal examples, so I'll share them extemporaneously. Did anyone look at or read the letter that was in the, what do you call it thing? Joyful News that I wrote? Nobody. Okay, good. I'm free to tell the story. It's a good reading for later, too. It's about kindness, surprisingly enough. It's a story about a lady who went into Wehrmacht in Kaiser. And she was in an electric cart, for handicapped. And so she couldn't reach the bin at the back. Yeah, one person ran it. 2 or 3. Okay. And she just wasn't making any headway. And so a gentleman came up to her and offered to help her. But he didn't speak any English, and she doesn't speak much Spanish. So they weren't talking about it. It was all done with gestures and that sort of thing. So she nodded her head and so forth. Now, young little secret, I didn't say this in the letter, that lady in the handicap cart, that was my wife, Vicki. And I had taken off to go get something else to put in the cart. And didn't come back until a little bit later in the scene. But anyway, so he was smiling at her. She said, he was flirting with me. He must have been 80 years old. No, I mean 70 years old. In any case, he did reach in the bin for her and take the Tootsie Rolls, one of my wife's favorite goodies, Tootsie Rolls, put them in the plastic bag, and wrap the thing around it and put the number and gave it to her. And about that time I arrived, and he was smiling, and I said, gracias. And he said, de nada. And he smiled, and I smiled, and she smiled, and that was it. Simple act of kindness. It just came from the heart. That which came from his heart made our hearts feel treasured, welcomed, and it created kind of an instant connection, although we walked away and we didn't see him again. Now you're going to think I'm a one-pony show this morning. But the second personal example also happened in Wehrmacht. And it was, I think, the next day, Thanksgiving Day, Thursday morning, about 7 o'clock, after Jonica and my daughter, had put the turkey in the oven to bring to the church, I went off to Wehrmacht to pick up a few little extra things. I ran into a clerk. Well, she said her job was, I don't know, receptionist or something. Anyway, she was very friendly. She just took me around to everything I needed in the store, exactly where it was, got me going. That in itself was an act of kindness. But as I was leaving aisle 3, I noticed a lady, she maybe that tall, not hardly 5 foot, and she was reaching way up to get some, I think it was not sparkling water, flavored water, and she got one that kind of came down on her like that, And so I said, oh, would you like some help? And she said, oh, yes. And so she stepped back a little bit from the counter, the stack of good things there, and I got in there, and of course, no problem, give her that one. She said, I want this other one. She could see from the corner. I said, okay, I give her that. And then I said, well, no, she said, thank you. I smiled and said, have a happy Thanksgiving. She went her way, I went my way, and smiles on both faces. You never know when the opportunity to help is going to arise and how it's going to manifest. You see, kindness just is natural. Do you feel that way, that kindness is natural for you to express? I think it is too. There's three other little stories that I'd like to share with you this morning that I found while I was researching for the talk. The first one is called Raised Right. Sheila Myers from Olalla, Louisiana submitted this. Children were playing at the recreation area of an IKEA store when my 5-year-old granddaughter motioned for a small boy to stop playing. She knelt down before him and retied his flopping shoelaces. She had only just learned how to tie her own. No words were spoken, but after she finished, both smiled shyly and they turned to race off in different directions. Yeah. Kind of kind. You don't have to be old to be kind. You can be really young. I particularly like this story. I'm embarrassed to say this. I particularly like this story because my younger sister used to tie my shoes in the morning before I went off to school. A second story. Douglas Hunter from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, gives us this one. It was one of my first missions on a gunship during the Vietnam War. I was scanning for enemy fire when I spotted a bright object that looked as if it were coming straight at us. Missile! Missile! I shouted into my microphone. The pilot jerked the airplane as hard as he could, dumping guys from one side of the craft to the next. Well, turns out the missile was a flare we had just dropped. Suffice it to say, the guys weren't pleased. Back at the base, my commander put an arm around my shoulder. Sergeant Hunter, he said, you keep calling them like you see them. Better safe than sorry. That kind act gave me the confidence to become one of the top gunners in my squadron. Kindness can occur anywhere, even in times of stress, times of war, times of disturbance. This story I call Butterflies of Support. Jennifer Garcia Esquivel from San Benito, Texas, describes this situation. I was 4 months pregnant with our first child when our baby's heart stopped beating. I was devastated. As the days went on, I was nervous about returning to work. I'm a middle school teacher and I didn't know how I could face kids. This past May, after 4 weeks of recovering, I walked into my empty classroom and turned on the lights. Glued to the wall were 100 colored papered butterflies, each with a handwritten message on it from current and past students. All of them had encouraging messages. Keep moving forward. Don't give up on God. And know that we love you. It was exactly what I needed. You see, kindness can help relieve fears and help us feel that we have a place in other people's hearts. It's a form of love. As we know, we have begun to celebrate the holiday season, and many mark it from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And it occurred to me that our society actually does have some remarkable touch points for celebrating the meaningful dimensions of life. We teach the meaning and importance of gratitude here. It is a spiritual practice that Meister Eckhart called the only essential prayer. If you say simply, thank you, you've said enough. Traditional Christians might agree that Christmas is the ultimate celebration of kindness. For to them, God shared his Son with all of us. He did the greatest favor of all. He removed the barriers that they call sin and restored mankind to the grace and life of God. He even gave his own Holy Spirit to live with each one of us. That's a traditional view of Christmas, one of them. We in New Thought go deeper. We see that the example of Jesus is the main thing, not the exception of Jesus. Jesus is an example showing us that God is always present and living in and through and as us. The same Spirit incarnated in Jesus is incarnated in us all. With the new year and the winter solstice, we celebrate the eternally recurring opportunity to begin life anew at any point in the year. We in Woodland Chapel, Center for Spiritual Living, mark these holidays in our own way. We celebrate the deeper meaning of each. We held our annual Thanksgiving dinner and shared our gratitude with kindnesses and good food and fun and a wonderful time. We will hold a candle lighting ceremony to remind us of our inner light at the solstice time of year, when the shortest day of daylight occurs in the northern hemisphere. We focus on the fact that light, both inspirational light and physical light, overcomes darkness. We will hold a burning bowl ceremony on the Sunday before New Year's Day that helps us cast off that which does not serve us any longer and inspires us to embrace life in the Spirit. These are kindnesses for ourselves and for the community. As our newly formed Woodland Rising group begins to implement its vision, you can join us to help draw people who have not yet come to the center but are looking for a spiritual community. Returning to our theme, working toward the conclusion, Dalai Lama's comments spurred me to ask the question, is kindness a religion? I offer this in response. Kindness can be considered a form of love. It recognizes the sacredness within ourselves and others, fostering a connection that highlights our awareness of the sacred. In this sense, kindness can be viewed as a religion. As Dr. Holmes said, any prayer that recognizes the connection between the individual and the divine is good prayer. Any practice or any belief that establishes a connection between the individual and the divine can be religion. And certainly for the Dalai Lama, it is religion. So no question there. Now, you may have a different opinion, okay? You may say, oh, I don't know about kindness being a religion. It sounds kind of airy-fairy. But I don't think it really is. It's important to note that kindness does not encompass every aspect of spirituality. For example, it doesn't explicitly bring forward the teachings on oneness. It doesn't emphasize the power of affirmative prayer. And it doesn't focus on the inner work necessary for co-creating our lives with Spirit. Ultimately, kindness is more of a behavior than a belief, yet it carries significant power. As a belief, it is as the quality of being, or the quality of the soul, as kindness is certainly a divine gift. At its core, kindness serves as a spiritual practice, rooted in the idea that God is everything. Therefore, it holds relevance in spiritual living and aligns with the fundamental principles of science of mind. Practicing kindness will help bring about what our founder Ernest Holmes saw as a new light for the world. And I quote from the Science of Mind. A new light is coming into the world. We are on the borderland of a new experience. The veil between spirit and matter is very thin. The invisible passes into visibility through our faith in it. A new science, a new religion, a new philosophy are rapidly being developed. This is in line with the evolution of the great presence. For the truth will out. Spirit will make itself known. Happy are we if we see these things, which from the foundation of the human race have been longed for by all aspiring souls. A vision of a new religion. I wonder if that can include kindness for us, at least for the month. So, I invite you to consider making December a month dedicated to kindness. Look for kindness. It's all around you. Act with kindness. You do it naturally. It just comes from your soul. It's great. Be kind to yourself. That's a good idea. Get your sleep, get your rest, get the food you need, whatever you need to express, to be in a relationship. Be kind to your partner, to your spouse, to those that are close to you, to family members. To really be kind to anyone you encounter, and even be kind to those you don't encounter. What would that look like? Well, we often hear of people that do things. Be kind to them in your mind. Kindness is the best kind of spreading vibration in the universe that you can help lift up the whole world. Kindness, as it is said, is one of the sweetest virtues of humankind. You know that I like to conclude our discussions with a few relevant affirmations. So if you're comfortable with this, please say them after me. Spirit is generous. I am generous. Spirit supports all. I am helpful to all I meet. Spirit cares for all. I care for all. I am the vessel of Spirit. I am kind. Namaste. That's our lesson for this morning.
I don't think there are any words in your bullet points for this, but when you hear it, just sing along with me. First part, here it goes. Here we go, flow. Here we go, flow. Here we go, flow. Here we go, flow. Spirit keeps me moving, flow. Surrender now and grow, flow. Leaving fear behind me, flow. My highest good I know, flow. Trusting blissful visions flow. My light will surely glow, flow. Embracing winds of change, flow. No matter how they blow, flow. Here we go. Here we go, flow. Here
you. And Reverend Moore, where are you when I go grocery shopping as well? I want to know. I can never reach anything. So this is the time in our service when we offer from our largesse, from our own abundance, knowing that we are abundant. And as we know that, we are free to share our abundance in whatever way is right for us. So invite the ushers to come forward. And so repeat with me our offertory affirmation. Divine love moving in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
Your time to shine.
Shine on, shine on. It's your time to shine. It's your time to shine. Shine on, shine on. It's your time to shine. It's your time to shine. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on.
Oh, it is such a joy to be filled with thanksgiving, to be filled with the promise of this wonderful holiday season, growing in love and kindness in everything we do. So we just express gratitude for the kindness that you've shown this morning by contributing to the welfare of our community, by helping us be here, helping us keep the lights on, if you will, and have a warm place to meet, and just have such a joyful community. We give thanks for it all, and as we say this, let us join together with our declaration, and so it is.
Before we stand and say our prayer of protection, thank you, Reverend Moore, for reminding us. I know I just want to take this moment and say we do take it for granted that the lights are on and the heat is on, and it is for all of us as a community to make sure the lights are on and the heat is on. The building itself has no ability to do that by itself, so it's up to us. If it's to be, it's up to me. I like that affirmation. If it's to be, it's up to we. All right, so let us share our prayer of protection and then our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let's stand and join hands and sing peace song together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be.
So I'm just gonna put my cymbals in my cymbal bag and I'm leaving the drum right here, and that's all I'm taking. And then I'll come back sometime.